Hi guys, my name is Jennifer and I'm part of the acting conservatory at OSHA. I've been acting for 13 years or so, and let's get started. Okay, so I want you to go grab an accessory, whether that be a hat, a scarf, a jacket, whatever speaks to you. I'll give you a second to do that. Alright, so once you have that accessory, I want you to actually put it aside for now. And we're gonna start walking along a grid. I want you to imagine a grid on your floor wherever you are, kind of like graph paper, okay? And so walk along the lines of the grid, just normally how you would normally walk about your day. And I want you to take notice of how you walk. Don't adjust anything, just take notice. What do you lead with? What's the first thing that moves forward when you're taking a step? Is it your chest, your knees, your nose? Where do you hold tension when you walk? How fast do you normally walk? Okay, I want to start adjusting things now. We're going to explore a little bit. Try leading with your head. See how that changes things. Does it change your posture? Does it change where you hold your tension? What does it feel like to lead with your head? Try leading with your chest. What is it like to lead with your chest? What does it do to your posture? We'll do a couple more. Try leading with your stomach. Let your stomach go, push it forward, and try leading with your stomach. See how that changes things. I want you to lead with your nose now. How does that make things different? Does it make your head tilt up a little bit? What does it mean to lead with your nose? Explore that a little bit. Okay. So now I want you to grab your accessory and we're going to create a character together. I want you to look at your accessory and ask yourself, who wears this accessory? What do they look like? What do they love to do? Where do they live? How old are they? Are they your age? Are they my age? Are they older, younger? What do they like to do in their free time? Explore that a little bit. Alright, now I want you to put the accessory on. I want you to stand back up if you are sitting, and I want you to start walking along the grid again. And try to come up with how that character walks. Do they lead with their head, or their stomach, or their nose, or their knees, or their chin even? Explore where they lead from. Where do they hold their tension? How fast do they normally walk? Do they walk slow and leisurely, or are they always in a rush? Try to find your character and how they move. Now, if you can, I'd like you to sit down and take your accessory off and look at it again. As you look at your accessory, I want you to come up with a gesture that your character would normally do. What does that look like? Maybe try a few. Once you've decided on one, I want you to stand back up and try your gesture out. What happens when you make it bigger, more extravagant? What happens when you make it smaller, more minuscule and diluted? What does that look like? How does it change what your character is trying to convey? Explore that a little bit. once you've explored that, I want you to start walking again. And try to incorporate your gesture while you're walking. Again, this is all in the theory and in the fun of exploration. See what your character does when they're rushing and they need this gesture to help them get their message across, make it passionate, make it purposeful. All movement done in acting should have a meaning behind it, and it should be purposeful. What happens when you make the gesture smaller? Make sure you're leading from where you think the character would lead. I'll give you a couple more seconds to explore that. Try to find a balance between walking and doing your gesture. Alright guys, good job today. You explored movement in a big way. Physicality is a really important part of acting. It's just as important as those lines we memorize. Now, I want to talk about gestures a little bit and what they mean. A gesture that a character would normally do is kind of like a mannerism, a little tick. It helps us understand who the character is, which is our job as actors to convey and to tell their story. And the audience is more able to understand the character through these gestures and figure out who they are as people. So try exploring more on your own. Keep thinking about lead points and where you hold your attention or when you make gestures, and it'll help you in your journey.